So when you first start up the camera, you've got your on and off switch right over here. There's one that goes to media and one that goes to camera. You just want to flip it to camera. Everything will sync up. The screen, if it's in your way, you can float it back here to allow more room here. But for the purposes of this, we'll keep it here. This tripod right here, the pan is right here, so it's a little different than some, but that should be where the pan is. The tilt will be right here, how you can go up and down.
Okay.
Yes. You'll see these red dots right here. This is called focus peaking. There's a button on this side here that turns it on and off that says peaking.
Okay.
Right there, number 9. Essentially what that does is it shows the high concentration of dots means things are in focus. So if I were to zoom in here, if I go out of focus, you'll notice there's no dots, or if I go past it, there's dots back on the back screen, the lighting panel there. So you want to get it to where the highest concentration of dots are, and that's how you can tell what's in focus. That'll help whenever Bob gets up there to know that his face is in focus.
Okay.
This is a interchangeable lens, but it's just a standard zoom lens, so you can go in and out, but typically we'd probably just keep it at 1. We'd frame it up for where he's going to be, probably right in that area, and then just set it and leave it. Don't really have to mess with that.
Right. And the purpose for this one is to have a close-up zoom.
Yep. This
one will be like further out. This will zoom right in so that we don't have to zoom in on Bob.
Yep. So it can just be a straight cut. This is already there. The red dots will show you the focus. If you need to change exposure at all, there's going to be this little knob on the top. You can see it goes up and down. It's basically changing the aperture, which is how much light is being let into the lens. So typically, I think if you keep it, it'll stop at 4. That's where the lens limits it. So I don't think you'll really need to go above or below 4. 4 should be good. If Bob's face is looking really shiny or it feels like it's overexposed, just bump that down a little bit. If it's underexposed, call me and I'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
There's a thing called ISO that you can change, and essentially it's going to be this button right here, number 13, ISO gain, and then you can just bump that up to what looks good. But I think you'll be good where it's at. Battery right here, if we are using battery, shows the status of how much is left right there, and then also up here. So it has 86 minutes left on this particular battery. Everything else should be good to go. If you do want to record to these SD cards, you just press this red record button right on the top, and you'll see it start rolling and have a red dot right up here once that goes. That's basically it. So.
Cool.
The advantage of recording to this would be, depends on if you record to your system back there or this. If you were able to get an audio feed into one of the XLR inputs here, then everything, your audio, your video would all be recorded there for what Bob does, and it'd be a high definition recording that you could use. So that's kind of the advantage of using something like this too.